Yes, sir. It's your boy Hot, man. Top left hand corner. Y'all see what it is. Look, I had planned on moving. Today was gonna be my big day. I was excited. I was going to jump into some Taylor from Folklore, which is my next move. But I had too many people tell me that I had, including Baby, told me, man, you have to do All Too Well, the 10-minute version. Of course, we're doing Taylor's version. We're not, look, we're only sending the love in the right direction. So we're doing Taylor's version. This is the lyric video. And what I'm going to do here is do the lyric video and then come back behind that and do the visual that she did for this. She actually did a short for this same song. So because her visuals are always so, like, I always get lost in the sauce. I gotta be better than that, but I'm not. I always get lost in the sauce. So I'm going to do the song first with the lyrics, because with her music, man, you have to take in these lyrics. So I'm doing that, and then I'm going to get right into the visual so that I can really enjoy the visual and I can enjoy it along with y'all. So, man, we're not going to hesitate. Again, I don't have to introduce it. All Too Well, the 10-minute version, Taylor's version. Right here, they're saying From the Vault. And you guys already know the history, so I don't have to explain it. But it's from the Red album. And, man, fans just basically just stayed on her about it until she dropped it. So I'm excited. Let's go.
I walked to the door with you. The air was cold, but something about it felt like home somehow. And I left my scarf there at your sister's house, and you've still got it in your drawer even now. Disposition and my wide-eyed gaze, we're singing in the car, getting lost upstate. Autumn leaves falling down like pieces into place, and I can picture it after all these days. And I know it's long gone and that magic's not here no more, and I might be okay, but I'm not fine at all.
So one of the things that I found is some of my favorite songs from her, what I've done is Reputation. So that's my whole base. I love the fact that what happens is she is a lot of times transparent, most of the time, really, really transparent. And even the songs that I would consider love songs, they come with a different energy. Like it's positive, but it is direct, it's to the point, and it's completely transparent. So she's not really just trying to she's not trying to pull a lyrical miracle here and make you have to think about a triple entendre. If you really are listening and you really soak in these lyrics, you know where she's going. Hey, I can still remember us being so in love that, hey, I'm leaving stuff at your sister's house. We're in car rides with the leaves falling and everything just seems so perfect. And that's not where we are anymore. And to tell you the truth, I am not fine at all. I'm struggling. And that's where she is. Here we go. So what's cool about this, this seems like a song about a love story where two people are so close that they are intertwined in each other's families to where, you know, you had that girlfriend or boyfriend where they so cool with the family, they overlooking that photo albums, laughing at your ass along with your mama and daddy and sisters and brothers. She mentioned the photo album here and seeing old pictures, you hanging out the house. Again, right out the gate, you left something at the sister's house. And it's sweet the way she's presented. Hey, we're in the car again. We got the top down, and you almost ran the red light because you're so busy looking over at me. That's what happens when you are in a spot with someone where you just want to admire them. You are looking at them with those eyes where, man, okay, look, I'm winning right here. You know, so it's that sweet point where we are actually falling, right? And then she mentions here, I'm at the house looking at the photo album, man, that's crazy. Here we go. For some reason, that's turning my volume down. I don't want to do that. Hang on. Boom, we bumping it back. Here we go.
Be a little kid with glasses in a twin-sized bed, and your mother's telling stories about you on the t-ball team. You told me about your past, thinking your future was me, and you were tossing me the car keys, but the patriarchy, keychain on the ground. We were always skipping town, and I was thinking on the drive down. Anytime now, he's gonna say it's a love. You never called it what it was, till we were dead and gone and buried. Check the pulse and come back swearing it's the same after 3 months in the grave.
Now we're getting somewhere. So at this point we so in love, man. When you're feeling a chick so much, you're like, hey, you drive. That's when you have let your guard all the way completely down as a man. Because I know me. Look, I don't like baby to drive me nowhere. So when you throw in the keys, man, that means we decided, hey, we're complete equals. We 50-50. We're friends. We are friends, right? And then she was like, hey. Now what happens is after 3 months of this not being that anymore, right? Now we've spent 3 months in the grave. It was not that. She's singing to you about the shift in the relationship after 3 months in the grave. Here we go. We are bumping it back to make sure that we catch that.
He's gonna say it's a love. You never called it what it was, till we were dead and gone and buried. Check the pulse and come back swearing it's the same after 3 months in the grave. And then you wondered where it went to as I reached for you, but all I felt was shame, and you held my lifeless frame. And I know it's long gone, and there was nothing else I could do, and I forget about you long enough to forget why I needed to. Here we are again in the middle of the night. We're dancing around the kitchen in the refrigerator light. Down the stairs, I was there. I remember it all too well. And there we are again when nobody had to know. You kept me like a secret, but I kept you like an oath. Sacred prayer, and we'd swear to remember it all too well.
For some reason, it kind of feels like what she's singing about is a love affair where both people feel the same way. But she mentioned him never calling it love. She mentioned again him keeping it like a secret and her keeping it like an oath. It almost feels like one of those songs where she's saying, hey, I know what it was, but for some reason you never really put it out there how you felt and what it was, and until once the relationship started to crumble. And I can still remember all the good times. I can still remember hanging out with the family. I can still remember the drives up the coast. I can still remember all of the things that happened in this relationship that brought me to this place where I have these feelings that even though I'm trying everything I have to shake off, I just can't shake these off. I can long enough to realize that I need to, but I just can't shake these. It almost feels like something where she's saying, I almost felt like I was not necessarily more in love with you than you were with me, but I was riding harder for us than you were in the moment. I had thrown all my cards on the table and you were still holding yours close to the vest. I know somebody in my comments gonna correct me if I'm wrong. Or when I get to the short, it's gonna either show me that I am wrong as hell, which I have no problem with, or I was kind of on target. Let's go. Running scared.
And you call me up again just to break me like a promise. So casually cruel in the name of being honest.
Hey, don't miss that right there. I'm going back and test that again. Don't miss how hard that line is, because that happens in relationships all the time. You call me, I just wanted to call you and be honest about the way I felt. I know this is boom, boom, boom. And you call me to get this off. You just really want to, it's a heat check. You want to call and see if you can still push my buttons. If I'm still emotionally tied to you enough to shift your mood or pull those same emotions out of you, right? And then you call and you wrap it up on, hey, I just really wanted to call and be honest with you about how I felt, honestly this and honestly that. When honestly, what you want to know is, do you still have a hold on me? Women do it, men do it. It happens all the time in relationships. It just does. Here we go. Just to break me.
So casually cruel in the name of being honest. I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here, 'cause I remember it all. They say all's well that ends well, but I'm in a new hell every time you double cross my mind. You said we had been closer in age.
I know I'm stopping it a lot. Y'all got to bear with your boy. First of all, it's Taylor Swift, and every time I guarantee you, every time she's on an emotional roller coaster, some pen and paper get pulled out and a song starts. Them crumpled up pieces of paper on the ground sound like her writing. Somebody's about to get a song written about them. That double cross my mind, man, that goes back to what I said earlier, where you want to call and toy with my emotions, mess with my head a little bit just to see if you still can, right? You said if we had been closer in age, and I don't know whether this is younger girl, older man, him already kind of in one station of life, her in a station of life. I don't know. I don't know whether it's the guy that's already committed, and so he can't be all in, but he really emotionally they got that bond, but he can't be all in, and there's always a reason why he can't. Who know? Again, I'm gonna find when we get to this visual, it's gonna give all this away. But man, it is crazy where she's going with this. It really, really is. Hold on, like, boom.
They say all's well that ends well, but I'm in a new hell every time you double cross my mind. You said if we had been closer in age, maybe it would have been fine, and that made me want to die. The idea you had of me, who was she? I never needy, ever lovely jewel whose shine reflects on you. Not we've been in a party bathroom, some actress asking me what happened. That's what happened to you. You who charmed my dad with self-effacing jokes, sipping coffee like you're on a late night show, turning 21.
Hey, older man, old enough where you sitting around, you sipping coffee with my old man. But boy, as dads, we recognize, I got 3 daughters. As dads, we recognize there's something else there. What is she sitting around watching the door for? Why is she watching the door? And it's not going to take long for mom or dad to pick up on a connection, or pick up on a daughter that is wishfully waiting for something to happen and be able to tie that back to who they think that person is. It's not going to take long. It's not going to take long. And the advice that dad gives her in this song is exactly right. Hey, you being 21 is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be you pining away over some old dude. That's what it is. That's what dads will say. Here we go.
You who charmed my dad with self-effacing jokes, sipping coffee like you're on a late night show. But then he watched me watch the front door all night, willing you to come. And he said it's supposed to be fun, turning 21.
Who is this about? Somebody tell me that.
Time won't fly, it's like I'm paralyzed by it. I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. After plaid shirt days and nights when you made me your own, now you mail back my things and I walk home alone. But you keep my old scarf from that very first week, 'cause it reminds you of innocence and it smells like me. You can't get rid of it, 'cause you remember it all too well. 'Cause there we are again when I loved you so. Back before you lost the one real thing you've ever known. It was rare, I was there, I remember it all too well. Wind in my hair, you were there, you remember it all. Down the stairs, you were there, you remember it all. It was rare, I was there, I remember it all too well. And I was never good at telling jokes, but the punchline goes, I'll get older, but your lovers stay my age. From when you're broke.
Ooh. Hey, Joker said I was never good at telling jokes, but the punchline is, what's funny is, I'm getting older, but all your lovers stay my age. Hey, you got a thing for young women, and now I can see it because I'm older and wiser, and I'm looking at you from outside of the feelings that I had. Hey, that's so hard. Oh my goodness. Here we go.
And I was never good at telling jokes, but the punchline goes, I'll get older, but your lovers stay my age. From when you're Brooklyn broke my skin and bones, I'm a soldier who's returning half her weight. And did the twin flame bruise paint you blue? Just between us, did the love affair maim you too? 'Cause in this city's barren cold, I still remember the first fall of snow and how it glistened as it fell. I remember it all too well. Just between us, did the love affair maim you all too well? Just between us, do you remember it all too well? Just between us, I remember it all too well.
Man, they faded out. They were just fading out. It's interesting that she ends basically with a simple question. I know you remember it all too well. I was there. Sacred prayer, all too well. I was there. I was there. I was there. Down the stairs, I was there. I was there. Wind in my hair, I was there. Hey, I remember all of the pieces. The snow following the fall, I remember all of those things. What I really want to know is, did this maim you emotionally the same way it did me? She said it straight up. Hey, between me and you, did this maim you the way that it did me? And what she means to me, what she means by that is, did this leave you as emotionally scarred or feelings as hurt as it did mine? I get it. You know, you broke it off, right? You mailed my stuff back, all that. You the one that broke it off. You moved. You were the one that got the upper hand, lack of a better term, for being the one that moved on to your next young chick. But when you really remember it, and I know there's no way that you don't remember it, because it was still, hey, I know this was one of the best things that ever happened to you. Does it still maim you the way that it does me? Does it still hit and touch your emotions the same way that it does mine? That's what that at the end, the ride out, that's exactly where she's going. Man, I cannot wait. I'm not going to hesitate. I cannot wait to see this short. As a matter of fact, I'm doing this as one thing right now. I'm going to come right back and knock this short down, because I need to see, look, I need to fact check and see if I was anywhere close on what my thought process is behind this story, because this sounds like a love affair with an older guy that's got a thing for young women, old enough guy to be sitting and having coffee and cracking old dude jokes with dad, but we are completely into each other. I'm definitely into you, but you've been kind of non-committal. Never I love you, never this. And even though the relationship got stronger and stronger, what happened is you maintained a certain distance, right? Meanwhile, I'm over here, I'm all in. I'm the 21-year-old that's waiting on you to come to the door like a golden retriever, and realize along the way that this is not what I think it is. Yes, we are both really in love. Yes, I'm really in love with you, but I got to tighten up and toughen up, because I'm the one in the bathroom crying and people asking me what's going on while you out there working the room like nothing's happening. So I gotta change my game up, man. Look, I will be right back with the short, man. I see why people recommended this. Top tier songwriting, as usual. You just expect nothing less. This is what she does. Top tier songwriting, and the production and the vocals always just set the energy of the song on a perfect base. It just really does. I honestly think that she doesn't get enough credit for the singing, because people almost can't get past the songwriting, right? The fact that she's writing all this, I think, is so crazy that a lot of times people will undervalue the actual vocals. Like people where they know they got writers, and I took these songs from writers and I'm singing them. People say, oh man, let me listen to the vocals. But it's a lot of songwriters these days that the songwriting is so good. When you start talking about the music, it's easy for people to get lost in that and they get undervalued as performers and vocalists. Look, I'm not going to say too much more. I will be right back. And I mean right back with the short, man. I appreciate y'all hanging out so far. Look, I'll be right back. Yes, sir. We right back, man. I told y'all we coming right back. And we're not even going to hesitate. Look, I'm fired up. Let's jump right into it. Here we go.
Are you for real?
What do you mean?
Wow.
don't know.
Pretty
It's
good
weird.
size
Maybe I
age
should-
gap right there, right? I see why she used the word wide-eyed, because that's a word you use to describe a younger person.
I walked to the door with you. The air was cold, but something about it felt like home somehow. And I left my scarf there at your sister's house, and you still got it in your drawer even now.
He looks familiar. What is he from?
I
probably should know both of these people, but
autumn leaves falling down like pieces into place, and I can picture it after all these days. And I know it's long gone and that magic's not here no more, and I might be okay, but I'm not fine at all. 'Cause there we are again on that little town street. You almost ran the red 'cause you were looking over at me. Wind in my hair, I was there. I remember it all too well. Photo album on the counter. Your cheeks were turning red. You used to be a little kid with glasses in a twin-sized bed. And your mother's telling stories about you on the T-ball team. You told me about your past, thinking
hey, so you see that. First of all, point out two things thus far. One, when it comes on and she says, "Oh, this seems like a dream." To me, when that happens in a relationship, that right there is an indication that one of these people, whoever says that person almost feels like it's too good to be true. And when you feel like something is too good to be true, it puts you in a mindset where you're willing to accept more things. You're willing to deal with more things. You start looking at things as if, hey, I'm just lucky to be here. And boy, that is a tough place to be, to make sure that you are setting some boundaries. Two, right here, right off the rip, obviously a table full of his friends from what it looks like. And you see him shaking a hand off. That's the first, and they call it the first crack in the glass. That's the first indication that, hey, I'm trying to keep this on the low. I'm trying to keep this on the low, right off the rip. So you see it right now already. Here we go.
if you choose me, and you were tossing me the car keys, but the patriarchy, keychain on the ground. We were always skipping town, and I was thinking on the drive down anytime now. He's gonna say it's love. You never called it what it was. Till we were dead and gone and buried. Check the pulse and come back swearing it's the same. After 3 months in the grave, and then you wondered where it went to as I reached for you, but all I felt was shame, and you held my lifeless frame.
Why are you so pissed off?
I'm not pissed off. Who said I was pissed off?
Because you're acting pissed off. It's ridiculous. These are my friends. They were super fucking nice to you, too.
No, I liked your friends. I never said I didn't like your friends.
Why
I
were
didn't
you
like the way that you acted around them.
You were being weird and quiet the entire time.
I was not being weird because you wouldn't
Yes, you
look at me.
were. Oh, come on.
You asked me one thing the entire night.
Such bullshit. That's such bullshit.
You dropped my fucking hand. What am I supposed to do with that?
I didn't even fucking notice. What are you talking
I
about?
don't know
dropped your
any
hand.
of these people. They're all strangers. They're all older than me.
But like, what are you
I
talking?
feel so out of place. You're the only one
You're
that
making
makes
this
me feel
about
comfortable.
you.
You won't
I'm
even
like,
look at me.
I'm catching up with friends. You're literally saying I dropped your hand. Like, what? I don't even remember the moment that you're talking about. How can you be like attacking me about something I don't even like fucking know? I was doing it subconsciously. I was catching up
Don't
with
do that.
people.
You're making me feel fucking stupid.
Holy shit. I don't think I'm making you feel that way. I think you're making yourself feel that way. Literally a moment that.
This right here seems like this should be the skit next to the word gaslighting in the dictionary. There's no way this dude is that clueless, and you already know what it is. This is mind bending. This is manipulation right here. Here we go.
I don't even fucking remember that you're like fucking like holding me hostage over. It's insane. It's fucking crazy. These are people I haven't seen in like 10 years. And you just sit there the entire fucking time. It was fun. I actually had a fucking blast. Now this is the night. Now we're doing this. Awesome. So fucking awesome.
You just treated me differently.
What do you mean I treated you differently?
You didn't even look at me once.
What are you
You didn't look at
talking
me.
about? I didn't
Oh,
look
no,
at you.
no,
I'm catching up
no,
with
no,
my friends.
Oh, trust me, they were enthralled by you. Of course, of
I'm
course.
so you're
No,
you're
you were
literally making the
perfect
entire night
person.
about
You didn't
you.
even look at me.
Holy shit, I can't. I can't. It's fucking selfish. It's literally like, it's so crazy.
Oh,
You're
so
making
I'm
it about,
selfish now. I'm
Yes, you're
selfish
making it
now.
about, you're acting, I'm saying you're acting selfish. Absolutely. Right now, that's exactly what's happening. Don't fucking look at me like that. That's so fucked up. Hey. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. I don't want to fight. Come on. I'm sorry. I dropped your hand.
There are times when what happens is you could be so enthralled in a conversation with some buddies or something with some friends that you're not consciously ignoring the person that you're with. But but if what happens is the person you're with has no idea who these people are and vice versa, most people are going to be the bridge to make sure that that people interact. When you're a life of the party person, normally that eliminates you excluding anybody from the conversation. If you ain't seen these people in 10 years and they say, hey man, we catching up, and you got somebody that you're in such a relationship with, she's sitting there next to you at this dinner, that's putting them up on what's going on with her, at least on some form. Hey, here's when we met, boom, boom, boom. Hey, babe, remember this? Hey, remember that? Person been a part of your life or whatever she had to have been because she's sitting there next to you. So to me, could it be subconsciously? Maybe. This right here, this is a fantastic job of acting. First of all, this is a dope ass scene. But this right here is you being able to manipulate someone that cares about you on a level, and that no matter how hurt her feelings are, what you're gonna be able to do is this right here, the apology, and even though you've been wrong as hell, and you tried to flip the script, then we're gonna go to the end. We gonna go to the never fails apology. Here we go.
Come on. Sorry.
And I know it's long gone and there was nothing else I could do. And I forget about you long enough to forget why I needed to. Still we are again in the middle of the night. We're dancing around the kitchen in the refrigerator light. Down the stairs, I was there, I remember it all too well. And there we are again when nobody had to know. You kept me like a secret, but I kept you like an oath. Secret prayer, and we'd swear to remember it all too well.
that might be the line of the song. You kept me like a secret, but I kept you like an oath. That might be the lyric of the entire song right there. That is just so good, man. That's just good songwriting. It just really is, bro. I just don't even know what else to say. It just is so good. I just gotta do it. Here we go.
Kept me like a secret, but I kept you like an oath. Sacred prayer, and we'd swear to remember it all too well. Maybe we got lost in translation. Maybe I asked for too much, but maybe this thing was a masterpiece.
The breakup.
Till you tore it all up, running scared. I was there, I remember it all too well. And you call me up again just to break me like a promise. So casually cruel in the name of being honest. I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here, 'cause I remember it. Oh, they say
A letter to tell him how she feels, or a song if it's Taylor.
a new hell every time you double-cross my mind. You said if we had been closer in age, maybe it would have been fine. And that baby wants to die. The idea you had of me, who was she? A never needy, ever lovely jewel, whose shine reflects on you. Not we've been in a party bathroom, some actress asking me what happened. That's what happened. You who charmed my dad with self-effacing jokes, sipping coffee like you're on a late night show. But then he watched me watch the front door all night, willing you to come, and he said it's supposed to be fun, turning 21.
His dad looked younger than he did.
Time won't fly, it's like I'm paralyzed by it. I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. After plaid shirt days and nights when you made me your own, now you mail back my things and I walk home alone. But you keep my old scarf from that very first week, 'cause it reminds you of innocence and it smells like me. You can't get rid of it, 'cause you remember it all too well. 'Cause there we are again when I loved you so, back before you lost the one real thing you've ever known. It was rare, I was there, I remember it all too well. Wind in my hair, you were there, you remember it all. Down the stairs, you were there, you remember it all. It was rare, I was there, I remember it all too well. And I was never good at telling jokes, but the punchline goes, I'll get older, but your lover's
13 years
still
later.
my age.
Oh, she was writing a book
all too
or wrote a book about the love affair.
just between us, all too
Of course, written and directed by your girl, Sadie Sink, Dylan O'Brien. All right. Hey, so it you can tell when you got some top tier elite level songwriting going on when what happens is even without the picture, the words told you exactly what you were about to see. That's exactly. It took me half the song. Well, once she got to the older, hey, you chilling my dad, and she really revealed that this was an older man. Then I finally started catching up. But man, fantastic song, and I can't believe like this was the perfect song to do this kind of short to. So I don't know whether that was the original plan. It's crazy because I talked to Baby a little bit about it. She was like, she had done a different version, I guess, maybe. And then the fans found out that she had this version and said, man, we want the whole thing. This was fantastic though. That was crazy. Like, here's what's wild. The song is good and the visual is good when the visual seems like it goes by in half the time as the lyric video. I don't know whether that's because now I know the words and I know what to expect. And it's anticipation now instead of, okay, I'm figuring it out. But man, the video seemed like it went too fast. That was badass work. I see why so many people in the comments said, "Hey, you gotta check this out." I don't know much about the Red album either. I had planned on doing Folklore. So again, I'm taking all suggestions on that, man. I got a lot of. I mean, I'm most excited. Look, first of all, I'm almost in Reputation. Withdrawal, because I just hate this. It's like an album you hate to see go. I feel like, oh my God, you get nervous, and I said this before, you get nervous that nothing else is gonna hit you as hard, but then you remember who you're dealing with, and that Taylor Swift had great albums leading into Reputation and great albums after that, right? So, man, y'all let me know what you think. I'm sure anyone who's watching this has seen this before, if not 100 times before. Let me know what you think about the song. Let me know what you think about the short film. Fantastic work. Fantastic work. It just, every time I watch something from hers, I get even more excited about getting to the next thing. I'm having to pace myself, or y'all be getting a video a day. It'll be too much. You'll be inundated, man. It'll be like, man, this dude won't stop. So, look, tell me what you think. Man, again, just a badass vocalist, badass writer. She just one of them ones. I don't even know what else to say. Just one of them ones. She's not the person that you look at and say, man, I wonder how, or man, the machine behind. Nah, this God's work right here, man, what she got going on. It really is. Y'all let me know what you think again, man. I appreciate the love. If you're seeing this on YouTube, man, hit the like and subscribe for your boy. Stay in tune with me just to keep up. If you haven't been on a Patreon, I got a couple documentaries, Taylor documentaries, all different artists, obviously, but I'm really starting to really build my collection, my Taylor collection. Y'all go out there and check that out. There's some good stuff out there. The Miss Americana documentary. There's some other really, really good stuff. Her top 30 songwriters interview is really, really cool. A lot of good stuff out there, man. Y'all don't hesitate to go and check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. But look, let me know what you think. Let me know if this is one of your favorites. Until the next time, man, holla at your boy.